Hello, my name is Chris Haar, and I am the chair of Hirsch Mental Health Services. It has been a great honor to be the chair over the past 4 years, and this year chairing the Erasing the Stigma campaign, which is an important cause now more than ever. Like so many, Hirsch has impacted my life in so many ways by providing services and being there when I lost 2 dear friends to suicide. As we launched the Erasing the Stigma campaign, I want to thank the Erasing the Stigma Campaign Committee, who has spent countless hours transitioning this important event from a live event to a virtual event. Thank you to the entire board of directors for their support and commitment. I also want to thank the inspiring honorees, our mental health heroes, for their commitment to erasing the stigma. We really appreciate their support in helping us connect with everyone in a new way this year. I would now like to introduce Dr. Keita S. Curry, President and CEO. For over 25 years, Dr. Curry has led Hirsch and has doubled the agency's services throughout the community, which now assists over 125,000 clients annually. She is a passionate advocate for community mental health. She has testified before the California legislature and served on state advisory committees on suicide prevention, and is now on the steering committee of the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. It gives me great pleasure to introduce to you Dr. Keita Curry.
Thank you, Chris. I am so glad that your committee got creative instead of canceling these awards. What an opportunity to introduce more people to the Hirsch's incredible mental health, substance use, and national suicide prevention services. I'm going to paint a fuller picture of them in the context of the coronavirus, and I'm going to share a little bit about my own journey erasing stigma. Our 10 centers have never been busier since the coronavirus began. And in a little over a week, we were able to get our therapists set up to provide telehealth, substance use, and mental health services to over 4,000 kids and adults. Moms love hearing from us, and so do our isolated senior adults. And our crisis lines have adapted quickly, continuing to be open day and night. Our Suicide Prevention Center and Disaster Distress Line were already taking over 135,000 calls a year. And then there came a surge because of the coronavirus. In March, our crisis line counselors received over 1,800 calls about the virus. And in April, we're on track to answer 3,000. We can do it because our dedicated crisis line counselors have set aside their own fears to be there for us. And our residential programs have had the greatest challenges. Suddenly overnight, they went from providing life skill training to a whole new set of duties. So now they're screening clients for the virus, and they're taking care of them when they test positive. And they've learned to don PPE. Our residential staff are so incredibly creative. It's impossible to find gowns for PPE. And so they bought used art smocks and repurposed them, embroidering their colleagues' names and inspiring messages like, "Helpers here." Yes, people providing substance use and mental health services are truly essential healthcare workers. For all of you out there, you are the unsung heroes of healthcare. And now, thinking of my journey erasing the stigma, you probably wouldn't be surprised to know that I came from a family with lots of trauma, a history of depression and suicide, and plenty of shame. So much shame that when I first got up 20 years ago to share my story, I was terrified. And when I finally had the nerve years later to share that I had survived a suicide attempt, I discovered that a trap door didn't open below me. Instead, I opened a door for people to walk through, trusting me to tell their truth. This has been an incredible journey for me, far more rewarding than I ever imagined. I even lost weight, the weight of the stigma I carried inside me. I found that sharing my story is as therapeutic as my antidepressant. You should try it. And now I am honored to introduce Melissa Rivers. When suicide struck Melissa's family, she was candid from the beginning. As a member of our board of directors, she's been able to amplify our message about erasing the stigma with the media. Today she's here to introduce you to our presenters and honorees and share more about our Erasing the Stigma campaign. Melissa, the mic's all yours.
Hey everyone, hope everyone is staying safe. I've been fortunate enough to host the Dee Dee Hirsch Erasing the Stigma Awards, well, I think 3 times now, and I can honestly tell you, this is the first time I've done it in sweats. If you could just see below here, it's all a disaster. It is the one nice thing about virtual parties and conferencing and everything that we're doing is nobody actually needs to get dressed for the event. Dee Dee Hirsch has a special relationship to erasing the stigma. It's one of our core missions. We are so fortunate that we live in a day and age where we can start to erase the stigma. We can have open conversations about mental health. We can work in suicide prevention. It is truly one of the reasons that I am a board member of this foundation. I personally have had firsthand experience about dealing with the stigma of mental health and suicide. I lost my father to suicide when I was still in college. Heck, I was still a teenager. People were scared to talk to me, didn't know what to say, didn't know how to act. That's why this mission is so important to me. And today, in this actual minute, we're facing COVID-19. People are having high stress, sheltering in place, fears about the economy, if they'll ever have a job again. So it is crucially important that we continue to erase the stigma and encourage people to reach out when help is needed. I am so excited for you to meet this year's mental health heroes. These are people who have spoken out openly and sometimes painfully in order to erase the stigma. You're going to get to meet all of them coming up. I'll be back at the end to chat a little bit more, but until then, please enjoy meeting our mental health heroes.
Hi everyone, I'm Dan Wakeford, the Editor-in-Chief of People magazine, and I'm deeply honoured to accept this award on behalf of People for our Let's Talk About It campaign. I initiated the campaign as I believe mental health touches all of our lives. Among my friends and family, I have people dealing with PTSD, anxiety, childhood anxiety, and depression. We almost all know or love people affected by mental illness or have dealt with it ourselves, yet people still shy away from talking about it. So we launched an initiative to encourage readers to have vital conversations about their mental health and to highlight stories of regular people and celebrities who have dealt with illness in an aim to destigmatize it, to provide resources about where to get help and to offer support to anyone in need. The campaign has got an overwhelming response from readers, which has all been positive, and it's been so satisfying. Celebrities have embraced sharing their stories, with stars like Leanne Rimes, Meghan Trainor, Maurice Bernard, among the many who have used our platform to share their stories and help others. I'd like to thank my team who have worked so hard and passionately on this initiative. Kim Hubbard, Tina Johnson, Cindy Sands, Sheila Bayless, Wendy Norgal, and Marnie Perez. I'd also like to thank our partners on the project, including the experts at One Mind and the Crisis Text Line. It means so much to be recognised by an organisation like Dee Dee Hirsch, who are experts in this field. Their work providing mental health and substance abuse and suicide prevention services is inspirational, and they've led the way with erasing the stigma of mental health for the last 24 years, which is astounding in itself. We hope that our initiative has gone a small way to help anyone with a mental illness feel seen and embraced. Thank you so much.
Hi, my name is Talinda Bennington, and I'm so honored to be this year's recipient of the 2020 Mental Health Ambassador Award from the D.D. Hirsch Center. Thank you so very much for this award. In July of 2017, I lost my husband, the father of my children, Chester Bennington, to suicide. After our loss, I quickly realized that there was a lot of stigma surrounding suicide and mental health. And I co-founded 320 Changes Direction in his name. I've had the privilege to work with the D.D. Hirsch Center in many different capacities by hosting the 5K run, as well as doing an Instagram takeover. I could not be more proud of the D.D. Hirsch organization and all of the opportunities, resources, and support groups that they provide for families in need, especially during the COVID-19 crisis. Again, thank you very much.
Hi guys, I'm Christine Devine. So grateful to be with you for such an important issue, cause, matter, community. I so love the D.D. Hirsch Mental Health Services and team. They are like a family for me. I've worked with them for many, many years, maybe 20 years. First emceeing the Alive and Running Walk back in the day. We're here together. I'm on Zoom right here at Fox 11 to really talk about the needs, especially right now, given the coronavirus crisis. D.D. Hirsch is still out there. Those volunteers are manning those phones at the Suicide Prevention Center. The therapists are working, the psychologists are working, maybe from home, but they're still reaching out to so many people during a time where it can be really scary for all of us. We're asking so many questions. We're learning so much about this new virus. So please continue to support the D.D. Hirsch Mental Health Services. I'm grateful to be part of the Erasing the Stigma Awards because we're going to continue to do that throughout this together.
A huge thank you to all of our mental health heroes for participating. D.D. Hirsch is so important. We offer services to children, adults, substance use, suicide prevention, and obviously mental health. It is truly our mission to erase the stigma. Thank you again to all of our mental health heroes for being a part of that. It's super meaningful. And to all of you for watching, thank you. You can go to our website, make a pledge, and just remember, if you meet someone with any of these issues, help them erase the stigma.